Welcome to Ask Bloop, Maury from BloopAnimation.com. It's Friday and it's time for your questions. Is animating in Cinema 4D harder or easier than Maya? I guess Cinema 4D is more intuitive and simplified. Maya is very robust and packed with advanced features. But that's because these two programs are meant for different things. While Cinema 4D is focused on motion graphics and great integration with After Effects, Maya is aimed at the professional film, commercial, game production pipeline. I'd say the differences aren't that big once you get used to a program. It always feels easy to use it, so I wouldn't choose one based on ease of use, but instead on the result you're trying to get. How much demand does the concept artist or visual development artist have in the present animation industry? And can you make an article about making a visual development portfolio? Viz dev and concept artists are still in demand today as ever. Whenever a big creative project like a film or a TV commercial is happening, there's gonna be some viz dev and concept art going on. As for learning more about it and how to improve your portfolio, I'm really not the place for that. I don't have any experience in visual development. But I can recommend someone who does. Chris Oatley from chrisoatley.com. He was a visual development artist at Disney and is now teaching all about it on his website. He also has a great podcast about it as well as some online courses. I'll put a link to it down below. Can someone work for a big studio like Cartoon Network or Disney without going to college, just learning by themselves? Yes, it might be harder because a lot of those studios have special internship programs aimed at current students, but it's definitely possible. I want to post my animation on my YouTube channel, but they don't get many views. What are some ways to advertise so I can get more views? That's one of the issues with having an animation-based YouTube channel. YouTube tends to favor consistency and longer videos, but unlike gaming channels or vlogs, it's much harder to put out a lot of content consistently when you're doing animation. That's where I need to get creative. I've had that same problem when I started out with this channel. How do I get views and how do I produce more content? And the way I chose to do it is create a lot of content around my short films, teaching the process and showing the behind the scenes. Later on, I branched out to different kind of content like our news show or this Q&A show, but it's all basically different forms of content marketing. Marketing in general is something you need to learn a lot about if you're planning on creating a sustainable business out of your YouTube channel. I can tell you that as much as I'm working on animation, I've also spent a lot of time studying marketing and producing content around my animation to promote my channel. It's a slow process though, and you gotta be ready and okay with the fact that for the first year, you're probably barely gonna get any views. But if you keep at it and stay consistent, you will eventually win. Very few people do though. Alright guys, that's all the questions for today. If you have one, post it in the comment section below. And if you want to stay updated on animation news, new tutorials, or see if your question was answered, subscribe right here. See you next week.